It's the one and only 5D attraction, and I'm back. In this video, I want to talk about something that's really, really important to the game, and it really boils down to speed. The problem is guys move so slow in the game. You know what I mean? You trying to get to know this one girl for so long. You know, you're invested in your conversation with one girl at a time for so long. You're putting so much investment into one person. One thing I noticed, man, is a lot of you guys like to lock in on one girl, and to me, that's one of the biggest problems in the game because that's how you end up chasing. That's how you end up putting someone on a pedestal. That's how you end up making somebody the prize. You're spending so much time talking to one person when you could be engaging with three, four other people. You see, it's a numbers game. You can't beat the numbers. And as much as we love quality, it's a combination of quantity and quality. You know what I mean? Now, of course, we value quality, but instead of talking to one quality person, you can talk to 10. That will exponentially increase your chances of finding a person faster and doing it in a much more abundant way. The reality is, when I'm in my flow, I'm just racking up new numbers, new conversations, new people. You really shouldn't be focused on the last girl you talked to. You should be focused on the next one. As they say, your next one is your best one. You know what I mean? And so I think we're in a situation where guys become so invested. We got different systems like, you know, the mystery method, which is an old one, and you know, some people have different conversation pieces that I think are helpful. But at the end of the day, when it comes to the conversation pieces that I'm gonna give you, it's gonna be quick. It's gonna be to the point because attraction isn't a choice. And if she's attracted, she's gonna it shouldn't take that long. And if you're trying to build attraction through your communication, then you're already behind. Because while you're sitting here trying to get her to be attracted to you in this super long conversation, somebody else can pop right in. You know, let's say you talk to her for 45 minutes. Now you're the guy that she's seen for 45 minutes, talk to you, she's familiar with you. Another guy pops up brand new, and now he's the new shiny object. He can say three things, get her number, and now he's the one that is gonna end up linking up with her. And then when you ask for the number, you asking after him, and now you coming off like the friend. That's another thing. When you're talking to, a girl for so long, you give off friend zone energy. You know what I mean? Why are we talking so long and we ain't even kicked it one on one? Why are we talking so long and I don't even got your contact? You know what I mean? You got to really value your time in this game. And what I notice is the times where I'm having women in abundance and I'm having my way. And also, by talking to a lot of different women with speed, you build repetition, makes your mouthpiece sharper. Instead of trying to say the right thing for one girl, essentially, you know how to say the right thing to all girls because you're building that quantity. You're talking to this girl, boom, boom, talking to that girl, you know what I mean? And then you get it sharper and sharper with each communication. So now while one guy's been talking to one girl trying to say the right thing, for let's say 30, let's say for 2 days or for a week, he's been honing on this one girl trying to get to know her. There's another guy that's talked to 20 girls in that week. His communication is going to be way more stronger, way more adaptable, way more flexible because he's talking to different women and seeing what makes different women tick while this other guy's trying to still get this one girl. And guess what? While he's still trying to get that one girl, this guy got 10 different numbers or approached 10 different girls and maybe got three. And then watch, by the time he gets around, let's say he ends up getting around to the same girl that the other guy's been spending all week talking to. He's going to get her like this because he has momentum on his side. You know what I mean? It's about the law of rhythm, right? He's building a frequency. He's moving quicker, whereas the other person is more stagnated. So the reality is this. This is the last thing I'm going to say. As the great Patrice O'Neill would say, you know what I mean? When he was talking to one of the people that called into a show, he said, you driving two cars behind this girl trying to keep up. That's what it looks like when y'all are trying to talk to these girls and say the right thing. It's like you're chasing. It's like you're two cars behind her trying to keep up to where she's going, trying to say the right thing so that you don't lose her, versus being two cars ahead of her and she's trying to keep up with you. You know what I mean? And the way you do that is boom, boom. Hey, baby girl, you know what I mean? You look really sweet. What's your name? Well, look, I'm kind of in a rush right now, but I thought you was really, you seem like you got a good vibe to you. You know what I mean? You seem like you're pretty cool. Maybe we can hang out. Are you in the area? Yeah, I mean, I live close by. Well, yeah, there's some great spots out here. We could walk around, catch a view. You know what I mean? If you're down, we can exchange contacts and then we can talk. You know, you want to move things along. Get her number first. Get her into your cell phone. Then you want to build a text communication. But you want the text to be quick. You don't want to be texting forever. Okay, a few texts back and forth and say, okay, so when are you free to link up? Boom. Now y'all linked up. Same thing. You don't want to be linking up on 8 dates and all this crap. No, the first time y'all link, hey, if you want, we can kick it by my spot. There's some cool things to do. We can walk around, or I'm making some dope dishes. I like to cook. Blah blah blah. Maybe you can come to the spot. We can watch a movie. Boom boom. Whatever you got to do, but you don't got to do that much. Now you bring her to the spot. Now y'all together, because at the end of the day, the ultimate goal is to get her in isolation with you, because that's when you eliminate all the fluff. That's when you eliminate the flaking. That's when you eliminate getting dragged along. That's when you eliminate the dates where you're spending all this money trying to see if she likes you. The main goal is to get her in isolation with you at your spot or at her spot, because that's when you get the real her. And the problem is y'all don't get to the real her. Y'all so busy talking and talking. She's keeping y'all on the outskirts. And there's another guy that's dealing with the real her, because you really ain't dealing with the real her until both y'all are in isolation, one-on-one, and sexual attraction is being felt. All right. That's when that's where the big dogs roam. You know what I mean? So with that being said, man, it's the one and only. Make sure to take that game, because that's some serious game I just gave you. You know what I mean? And aside from that, make sure to like and subscribe so we can build this channel, man. You know what I mean? I'm gonna keep dropping the gems if y'all keep showing me that y'all interested in the game. So I appreciate y'all listening, man. I'll see you in the next video. Peace.